Monkey, the absolute classic 1978 TV show about a rebellious stone monkey, a priest, a pig, and a water monster traveling west to fetch holy scriptures. The story starts off in heaven with Monkey, born from a neg on a mountain top, funkiest. Shut up! Shut up! With Monkey, who's been given the post of keeper of the peach garden of immortality and proclaiming himself to be the great sage equal of heaven, actually eating many of the forbidden peaches and running amok. Monkey goes as far as to clash with Buddha, who challenges Monkey to fly to the edge of the universe. Monkey does this on his magic flying cloud, going to the pillars that signify the end of the universe, or so he thinks. Graffiti tagging Monkey was here. It turns out these are now the fingers of Buddha, meaning Monkey had never even left Buddha's hand. Monkey submits and is imprisoned under a mountain for 500 years. Eventually, he's freed by young priest Tripitaka, who has been tasked with bringing back the previously mentioned scriptures. Along the way, they meet Pigsy and Sandy, who were also members of heaven, but have been transformed into a pig and water monster for their transgressions. Sandy having caused heaven's Jade Empress Jade Cup to be broken, and the lustful Pigsy, who harassed the Star Princess for a kiss. There's also a dragon horse character who seems about as useful as tits on a bull and just plain boring, so we will talk about him no further. Together they continue on their way, but they can't simply just travel on Monkey's magic cloud because Tripitaka thinks it's about the journey, not the destination, the way providing them with opportunities for struggle and self-reflection or some bullshit. The journey thus begins as we follow the group's adventures in episode after episode as they battle various demons hoping to stop them. The show, similar to others like Captain Planet, would end with the narrator with some wise words that would make up the moral of the episode. I absolutely love this show due to Monkey being such a badass, the cheesy demons, which were usually just actors in clown makeup and what looked like headbands stolen from 8-year-old girls, and the over-the-top Asian accents. As soon as the narrator would say, "The nature of Monkey was irrepressible," and you'd hear that scream, I'd just go absolute apeshit, no pun intended. Here are some talking points about the show that you might find interesting. Number 12, Monkey, not Monkey Magic. The show, named Sayuki in its original Japanese, translates roughly to Journey to the West, released in Australia as Monkey. Despite this, the show was famous, at least in Australia, or at least in my hometown anyway, as Monkey Magic. And everyone in the schoolyard would refer to it as Monkey Magic, mainly because of the most awesome musical intro themes ever. They kept repeating Monkey Magic over and over again, which we usually translate to something like Monkey Magic, his dick is plastic, his balls are spastic, Monkey Magic. Right now you might be thinking, then why did you get it wrong in your video title then, dickhead? And that's specifically for the reason so people that knew the show as Monkey Magic are able to find the video. Otherwise, if I had the word 12 and then monkey, you'd probably be getting video after video about apes picking their asses or Bruce Willis kicking asses. Number 11, diverse TV show. And by this, I don't mean it was about the cast being made up of gender neutral actors. Well, kind of if you include Tripitaka. But anyway, what I mean is the show was a Japanese production based on a story that was Chinese about traveling to supposedly India and was filmed partially in Mongolia and dubbed in English. This was a really popular show in Australia due to reruns beginning in 1981, with me personally watching the ones in the 1990s. However, I do wonder, was this show popular in other countries as well? I never hear any pop culture references to this show in any Hollywood movies, etc. Number 10, based on an ancient story. The show is loosely based on 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, which was published anonymously but attributed to Wu Chengyan. The story follows a monk who is named, depending on who you ask, Genjo Sanzo, Tang Sanzang, or Wanzang. Sorry for butchering the pronunciation. The monk receives a mission to travel to the west with a group of 3 yokai, or demons, to stop anyone reviving the evil god Yamyo. You fucked up! In the show, he's renamed Tripitaka because he's going on a trip. Just kidding, I believe it means collection of Buddhist teachings or something like that. Number 9, soundtrack. The musical themes for the show were performed by Japanese band Godiego, although they weren't credited for it besides the keyboard player on the show. This included Monkey Magic, the first season's ending theme Gandhara, and the second season's ending theme Holy and Bright. My personal opinion is that Gandhara was superior to Holy and Bright. Feel free to disagree, to each their own. Number 8, Gandhara was not in India. According to previously mentioned song Gandhara, The group is on their way to the ancient kingdom of Gandhara, which they say was in India. Trouble is, Gandhara was supposedly in present-day northwest Pakistan and northeast Afghanistan. Even prior to India's partition on the British exit, this area was always part of Afghanistan. Number 7. Tripitaka was played by a girl. The character of Tripitaka in the show is meant to be a boy priest, yet the character was portrayed by Masako Natsume, who is obviously a girl. This was done to prevent visible changes a young boy might go through during the course of the show. A female actor was cast so that she would be better able to portray a young child with a smooth face, slight build, and no beard stubble, and general youthful appearance. According to Monkey actor Masaki Sakai, casting a female and shaving her hair was also to help generate buzz for the show. Yeah, I find that a lot of the times Tripitaka's overly trusting nature gets the group in trouble, even ignoring the processes of Monkey, who's a lot more street smart. Number 6. The recasting of Pigsy. Toshiyuki Nishida, who played Pigsy in the first season, accepted a role on another show before finding out that there was going to be a second season of Monkey. By then it was too late, and Tonpai Hidari had already been cast for season 2 as Pigsy. No offense to Hidari, but I always found his portrayal of Pigsy to be kind of boring. He always seemed half asleep and didn't give the vibe of a funny, gluttonous and horny pig that Nishida did. Number 5. Rediscovered episodes. Half of the second season was never translated in English by David Weir in 1979. Mainly due to the adult-oriented themes and content such as suicide and dead children and so on that was deemed unsuitable for younger audiences. So virtually nobody in the English-speaking world had seen them until 2002 when Fabulous Films translated them for a DVD release. Number 4. Remakes. There was a remake series of one season in 2006 called Sayuki as well, and was followed by a movie in 2007 actually called Monkey Magic. This was filmed in Australia and had a blonde monkey, although not officially a remake of the 1978 series, but rather a retelling of Journey to the West. But Tripitaka's pre-strobe is pretty much a carbon copy of the 1978 TV series. I haven't seen these, but I'd like to. There was a 2-season animated series called Sayuki 1999 plus some spin-offs, and then there was New Adventures of Monkey for a couple of seasons in 2018 filmed in New Zealand, which I'm sorry to say looks like shit. Monkey doesn't look like a monkey, just a long-haired young guy, I guess for heartthrob points or something. Son Goku from Dragon Ball Z is also based on the Monkey King. There are countless versions of Journey to the West from the 1960s and 80s, 2010s and 2020s, which we couldn't talk about all in one video, but I'd say the 1978 show is the most well-known. Number 3, video games. There was a 1984 Monkey Magic video game released on Commodore 64, but let's face it, it sucks. There was a 1999 Monkey Magic game on PlayStation, which people seem to think also sucks, but I actually liked it. Now, I can absolutely swear to the fact that I played a PC game which was Monkey Magic based, which had playable characters including Monkey, Pigsy, and a black bearded character who I'm 99% sure was meant to be Sandy. Perhaps some of you out there viewing this video might know what it was called. Number 2, the show's abrupt end. For many years of adulthood, being too busy to watch all the episodes, I attempted to find the final episode in order to watch the happy ending I expected, the group reaching India and fetching the sacred scrolls. This of course didn't exist, as the show was abruptly cancelled after the second season's ratings weren't as good as the first, with the final episode being At the Top of the Mountain. In one episode they appear to reach their destination, but it turns out to be just a demon tricking them into not continuing their journey. At the end of the episode, it is shown that they've barely made progress. Honestly, I believe that makers of shows like this should be open to class action lawsuits from disgruntled fans that invested their time in watching, as there's no payoff. Even a crappy finale would have been better than nothing. Number 1, where are they now? Masaki Sakai was already famous before Monkey, having many TV shows and hit songs with his band, The Spiders. After Monkey, he became over-the-top celebrity, hosted a number of TV shows, including The Kitchen. He was married for the 3rd time in 2011 and continues acting to this day, with his current last credit being in 2024 for the movie Spirit World. Toshiyuki Nishida was considered one of the greatest actors in Japan, starred in many TV shows and films, and received many Japanese Academy Award nominations throughout his career. Sadly, he passed away just 2 months before this episode in October 2024. Tonpai Hidari continued acting consistently until 2016, with his last credit being Kozuru Shibi. He passed away in 2018. Shiro Kishibe, who played Sandy, continued acting and hosted a talk show for several years. After this, he left acting and invested a lot of money into antiques and went bankrupt. He later returned to acting for a while and then passed away in 2020. Masako Natsumi, who played Tripitaka, after Monkey continued acting in TV shows and films and married TV producer Shizuka Ijuin in 1984. However, unfortunately, the following year, Masako died from acute leukemia at the young age of 27. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.